Okay, I think we are live. Yes, should work. I hope AirPods are working. I hope they are working. Can you tell me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Give me feedback. Let's see. Again. So, guys, tell me, can you hear me? No, I think nobody can hear me. No, I think they don't hear me. So, hello. Hello. Okay, so you hear, okay, you hear what I say. Okay, so good. Okay, so good. So I'm talking already in English and German at the same time. We play a little bit of music. Now, I I have another question for you. Do you hear the music? Do you hear the music? Okay, very good. Just wanted to make sure because when we do this in Zoom, then we can change the microphone to the camera because these things have a kind of noise reduction, and the music is not every time to listen. So that's why in YouTube we cannot change the microphone. It's just AirPods and that's it. But if you listen, if you can hear the music, that's perfect. So today we are going to do a live stream, just 1 hour, just to, let's say, just for fun, just for doing something at home. Because, hello, Oscar, Dagmar, Raina, Franol, welcome to the live streaming. So normally on Wednesdays, we have a group lesson here at the school, but today is holiday. So we are not teaching. So that's why we said, let's do a live streaming so we can show people something just to dance at home in case they want to dance at home. So I will just adjust the camera here, and that's it. So I think this is going to be better. Let me see. Yes, because that way we come here and you can see everything what we do. So very good. So I think we can start. Of course, when we start, as we do every Monday in Tango Expert, first of all, the instructions. This is very important. So the instructions are this: the right foot is going to be the white, the left foot is going to be the black. So that way you always know which foot I am walking with, and you know if we are dancing in parallel or in cross system, and you don't get confused. Anyway, today we're going to dance mostly in parallel system. Then you will see what we're going to do. Also, if you have any question, write your questions in the chat. We have it open. We read all questions. I don't want to say turn on your camera because this is what we do on Mondays when we teach on Zoom. People can turn on the camera and show us what they're doing. But if you have any question, you can just write your questions on the chat, also in English, in Spanish, or in German. Si alguien habla español y quiere escribir preguntas en español, pueden escribirlas en español. Und alle, die auf Deutsch Fragen möchten, können auch gerne ihre Fragen auf Deutsch da reinschreiben in den Chat und wir werden auch auf Deutsch natürlich antworten. So, before we, sorry, Parishad here, hello, welcome to this live streaming. This is a very special live streaming. We normally don't do it on YouTube, so open for everyone. We do it on Zoom every Monday, you know that already. So nice to see you here again. Yes, yes. So this is going to be very practical. If you wish that Ludmila wears also different color shoes for next time, please let us know. Because I think in Tango Expert no one wants it because they never said something. But if you want it for next time, then Ludmila is going to wear different color shoes as well. And Amador, hello Amador, nice to see you here. So, and I think that's it. Of course, before we start the lesson, if you still didn't subscribe to this channel, subscribe now to the channel, to this YouTube channel, and that's it. So I think we can start. We're already 16 people here, and we can start. We already told you the instructions. And let's start with the first exercise. The first exercise we're going to do is just a side step and crossing, but crossing to the other side. You know the basic step. The basic step is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When the woman crosses left over the right. But now we're going to do another crossing, which is a forced crossing, which is this one when the man goes with the right leg forward on the outside lane and pushes to her leg. So we show it from here. It is side step, and then I go forward and I push to her leg so she crosses with the right leg over the left. From this point of view, it looks like this. Side step, I go outside, I push, and she crosses. And from here, side step, I push, she crosses. And I think these are all points of view. So in order to get well this crossing, the woman should place the right foot exactly there where she wants to cross. So when I push to her leg, this is a mechanical signal. I can do it very mechanical, really pushing. So the most of the times I try that at the milonga, it works. But it's better if the woman knows that it's a crossing and she doesn't let it happen, but if she makes something, so it means position the foot in the cross position and then go. This is going to have more quality. The crossing is going to work anyway, but if she places the foot exactly there where she wants, it's going to have more quality, it's going to look better, it's going to feel better. So this is going to be the first exercise. We do the side step. Side step now. I go outside. I push a little bit to her leg. We cross and we continue. Then we can go just 6, 7, 8. Nothing else. Very, very simple exercise. From this point of view, side step, we're showing it now in open embrace, but you can try it, of course, in close embrace as well. And 6, 7, 8. Now, from this point of view, side step, I walk outside to the cross and 6, 7, 8. And now from this last point of view is going to be side step. I push, she crosses, and 6, 7, 8. That's it. Very simple exercise. We dance it once to the music. And if you happy Women's Day to Ludmila. Thank you very much, Parishad. So we are going to dance it once to the music. And if you have any questions, just write it on the chat and then we continue. So I hope you are going to listen good to the music. Ronald dice también. Ronald 7. Okay, until here. Enough. Hello, Ruben. Welcome to the live streaming. So until this point, I think just showing more with the music makes no sense because it's very short exercise. So we do salida, we cross just one time, and then we go 6, 7, and 8. We are going to do a couple of exercises, and then we are going to combine them in a certain way that you can dance it also at the milonga. So the second exercise that we are going to do is also very simple, and it's an ocho cortado. Ocho cortado, I think you all know the ocho cortado. We go 2, 3, 2, 3. We will open and cross. That's it, nothing else. So side step, I walk outside, 2, 3, and we open to the side and she crosses. Very simple. So you all should know the step. To the side, rebote, ocho cortado. And from this other point of view, side step, rebote, and ocho cortado. Of course, now, I must say, probably when you learn the ocho cortado, you learned it from the 4. That means 2, 3, 4, rebote, back, and then the ocho cortado, probably with the foot in between and so on. Consider the possibility of doing directly from the 3, 2, and 3, and then the ocho cortado, because when you go one step farther, which means when you go here, then you have to walk back and then the ocho cortado, and this step back might be dangerous at milongas. So that's why consider the possibility, instead of doing from the 4, which forces you to make a step back, do it directly from the 3, 2, 3, and then the ocho cortado. Also, when you open, don't open completely to this side, but try to do diagonally so that you move around probably half foot length from your standing foot, because this is not going to be dangerous at milongas. If you do this, this is going to be dangerous because it's farther backward. So this is a piece of advice for milongas. Here and there and cross. That's it. Very simple exercise.
Yes. Solo che si mujer que no trate de girar todo de la cadera.
Now, when the woman crosses on the ocho cortado, try not to turn completely in front of the man. So try to rotate, but just until this point. So it's not completely in front of me. This would be completely in front. This could be a little bit less. So we recommend to do it less. Rebote until this point, just until this point. So if you see Ludmila is not facing the camera completely, but she's like this. This is going to be better because the step which comes after is going to be anyway backward or to my right or to my left, and she can adjust the position if there's something else needed from the pivot. So that's why don't turn completely. Just until this point is enough, and what I need after that is going to adjust while we do the next step. So this is kind of optimization. This is a kind of optimization so that you don't turn so much, less pivoting. So we just had 18 people here, now 16. For those who just joined now, remember to subscribe to this channel on YouTube so you get all new videos that we upload, and also you get all live streams that we're going to do. If you still don't know UniversiTango, is going to be the first level. I will write it here in the chat so you have the link. This is the link to UniversiTango. There you're going to find all videos that we upload, but by categories: tango, milonga, technique, vals, and. Anirvan, hello. Welcome to the live streaming. And if you already know UniversiTango, highly recommended, of course, Tango Expert. You probably know we have been talking about the Tango Expert group many times. It's a platform that we have where we do this kind of live streaming every single week. And we have also many and coming more musicality trainings, recorded trainings, so you improving practical exercises your musicality. And we have also guest maestros. Emiliano Alcaraz is going to be here. Emiliano Alcaraz, World Championship finalist, is going to be here next week on Tuesday in Tango Expert. So I will write you the link here. This is the link to Tango Expert, so you can go there and get a trial month for just $5. It's going to be useful. You're going to learn a lot. So let's continue now. Let's continue. So what are we going to do now with the ocho cortado? We did the ocho cortado with the cross, but now we're going to modify something. That's why we didn't want to show it to the music still, because we want to modify something. So we do the 2, 3, ocho cortado, and now instead of rotating the upper body and leading her to the cross, we are going to move and bring her forward to a kind of espejo or americana. So take a look. I go 2, 3, I do the rebote, and here, while I rotate the upper body, I will change the position of my left foot so that she opens. My goal here is that she opens like this, so she can go forward to an americana or espejo, as you want to call it. Espejo is mirror because we are in the same position, like a mirror. So this is the small change we're going to do here. 2, 3 with the rebote. Here we open and small espejo. 2, 3, rebote. I change the position of my foot and then we do the espejo. Now in this direction, 2, 3, rebote, we open, espejo, and now this other side, 2, 3, rebote, and espejo. So it's actually almost the same than the crossing, but through this rotation and change of the position, she opens more the hips and she can't cross anymore, but she's going to go forward. So this is a small change we're going to do. Now, keep in mind what we have been doing now. So we did first the crossing on the other side. For those who just came to the lesson, 2, I go out, we cross here, 6, 7, 8. This is the first exercise. The second exercise was the ocho cortado, 2, 3 to the cross. But then we modified it. We did 3, 2, 3. We opened here more, so we go to an espejo. This is the change we did now. So we're going to show it just half of a tango, and this is going to be enough. Ok, si hay alguna pregunta en español, pueden preguntar en español, por supuesto, también. En español, en alemán, en inglés, en cualquiera. ¿Eh? So, let's show it to just half of a tango. It's going to be enough. Okay, not very romantic, but we must continue. Okay, we're back. So this is the second exercise and its modification. As you saw, we are showing it in open embrace so that you can see what we're doing. Of course, you can do it in close embrace as well. So out, open, rotate, and then just a salida. You can do a side step after that. So small pivot for the woman and side step. I try to make my step a little bit smaller than her step. So when I go here, I try to do it like this, more or less, not on the same or and not farther than her limit. I try to remain here, but in case that this happens, we are going to tell you later what's the solution for it, because sometimes it happens that you're going, for example, to do this on the same line, or sometimes even this, that you go farther than the woman. And for this, we need an envoltura. We will explain you after what is an envoltura and for which cases we use it. Now, small review for those who just jumped in. 2, 3, cross, and 6, 7, 8. First exercise. Second exercise, like an ocho cortado. But then we rotate more so that we go to a kind of Americana and then just side step. And now we go to the third exercise. The third exercise is going to be a sacada with enganchada. You should all know that. So if you know our videos, you know the sacada with enganchada. And if you're in tango expert, you should dance the sacada with enganchada perfectly. It's sacada, enganchada, and that's it. So Ludmila is going to show now the sacada and enganchada alone from 4 different points of view. It's salida, step, here comes the sacada, and then the enganchada, crossing back, she resolves and goes backward. Now from this other point of view, it's going to be 2, 3, this is the sacada, enganchada, crossing back, releasing, and preparing backwards. Now from this point of view, 2, 3, sacada, enganchada, releasing, preparing, going. And now the last point of view is going to be 2, 3, sacada, enganchada, releasing, and going. So when you do the enganchada, try to be as precise as possible with the crossing. I'm just going to show it now, like this. So if you see, she's even surpassing the line of her left foot. She's going a little bit more forward. This is going to be a good enganchada. If you surpass a little bit, or if you are exactly on the line, like this, for example. But please avoid doing the enganchada like this. This is not enough. At least reaching the line of the standing foot or going a little bit farther is also okay.
Second thing, try to have knee, this.
Now, also avoid opening the left knee to the side like this. It's not good. So try to keep the knee pointing forward and give you space with the knee in order to cross like this, but going forward, not going to the side. Okay, so just small pieces of advice so that you get a good feeling also with the technique. So, and that's it. Now, before we continue, when we do the sacada and enganchada, we are going to do this. This is now for the leaders. Remember, the right foot, the left foot. So what we're going to do is we go to the side, go to the side, we do a sacada with the right foot, with the white sacada. I'm going to change. I go back with the right again, I change again, and then I go with the right forward. So we do the sacada in parallel system, then we change the weight a couple of times, but at the end we are in parallel system again. Side step, sacada, change, enganchada, change, forward. So I'm doing all steps with the right foot, and the left leg is just changing the weight, nothing else. Salida, sacada is with the right, I change to the left. Going a little bit back with the right, changing to the left, and then going forward with the right foot again. Now, how long do I go backward when I do Desenganchada. It depends. Sometimes I go half foot length, like here. So you see from this full length, just a half. Or sometimes a full length. It depends. If you have the feeling that the woman knows how to dance in a pile, come, don't be afraid. If you know that the woman can also dance in a pile, then you can go backward a full foot length. I will show it now. For example, here, it's possible, but then we are in a pile, so we are leaning on each other, and then we can continue. If you have the feeling that she's not really controlling her axis completely, then you just do half foot length. This is going to be enough. Salida, sacada, enganchada, half foot length. And now we are not really completely leaning on each other, just a little bit, but it's going to be enough. So it depends on the situation. Norbert, hello. Willkommen zum Livestreaming. Schön, dass du auch da bist. So. So, piece of advice for the enganchada. When the woman makes an enganchada, she releases the front foot and prepares immediately. So don't wait for the leading of the man. Just release and prepare. She crosses, release and prepare. The man doesn't have to lead the releasing of the foot. It just leads the enganchada, and the woman should release on her own. Please keep this in mind, because otherwise you're going to lose time, you can hurt yourself, you can lose the balance. So just release and prepare immediately. Okay? So now, for those who just came here, remember, before we continue, we're going to dance it now to the music. While we dance it to the music, you can write your questions on the chat. You can also subscribe to this channel. And of course, if you don't know, for all who are here new, Hernán Salinas, hello. Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido al live streaming. Si hay alguna pregunta, escribe en español que las vamos a contestar todas. So, and I was saying also, if you still don't know UniversiTango, go here, UniversiTango. This is level 1, let's say, UniversiTango, since years. And now, if you already are inside of UniversiTango, we highly recommend you the second level, which is Tango Expert, for people who want to go one level further with weekly lessons like this. We do a little bit longer without advertisement. And there's a full video library with all lessons inside. Also the musicality training video library with many videos, and also guest maestros. Next week, we're going to have another guest maestro. So now we're going to dance it to the music. There you have the link. You can visit the links while we show it to the music. And then we will start combining the sequences that we have been teaching now. So let's play the music, and if you have any question, write it on the chat, because we read all your comments. No. So, Milita, feliz Día Internacional de la Mujer, te desea Hernán.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Hernán. So, we continue now. Some small pieces of advice also for the sacada and enganchada. The sacada and the enganchada, they belong, let's say, more or less together. So they are often danced together, sacada and enganchada, connected. But with the sacada, there's sometimes a problem because there are many tango schools and teachers who teach that when you do the side step, the man should rotate to the right, with this rotation to the right. We think it's not necessary. We think you can do it to create space to go to the three, but it's not really necessary. I think it creates more problems than solutions. We prefer not to rotate. We prefer just to go to the side like this. I'm not rotating at all. It might be that she leans a little bit on me when I don't rotate, but it makes nothing. I mean, it doesn't disturb the dance. When I rotate, every time you rotate, you must rotate back, for example, on the cross. I think this is one of the main things why many teachers say that the man should rotate. I don't think it's necessary to rotate. Just go to the side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's no rotation needed for that. Anyway, and also, well, Ludmila is not, yes, so the for walking, also for this basic steps, she doesn't really like the rotation. But anyway, you can do it as you want. But now, for those who normally dance the side step with rotation like this, I say it again, it's not necessary. And now, please don't do it, because every time you rotate to the right, you are going to create a different size of the step. So if you see, my step now was bigger. What's the problem with it? The problem is that I want to do the sacada after. So if I apply this rotation, I am going to have to do this in order to go to the sacada. Now, if Ludmila goes away, you can see in which position I am. And this is not an elegant position. So that's why I recommend for this step, either you do the sacada, the rotation or not. Don't do it now, because we want to do a step that is more or less the same size, so that I can do this. If Ludmila goes away now, you will see in which position I am. This position looks much better than this other one with open legs. So that's why I do the side step without rotation to the right. Don't rotate, and limit the size of your step. Try to do it exactly as big as her step, just here. That way, you can go straight forward, and you don't need to do this for the sacada. This is going to be a very useful piece of advice that you can use. Then, what else? Also, of course, after that, walk outside, sacada, enganchada, and 3 in parallel system. So side step, sacada, change, enganchada, change, 3 in parallel system on the outside lane. Also, take into account the rhythm. Ludmila is going to do side, step, enganchada, go. So she's not double timing in any moment. But I am to double time. I am going to double time. I am to double time. What I'm saying, I don't know. Sometimes my English is not the best. So I am going to double time. I do the side step, then I do the sacada, sacada, change, back, change, go. So I double time, but she doesn't double time. This is important to take into account. Okay. Now, we are going to show it just once, so it's clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. And now we are going to start combining. What we're going to do is, after the crossing we did at the beginning, we start with the first exercise, 2, this crossing. Now, what I am going to do is that I am going to lift her and lead her to an enganchada. Again, we're going to do the enganchada again. So I do the side step, cross, step, cross, step. Now I will lift her with my right hand, support also with the left in case that she needs that, and she's going to do an enganchada, and then we go. What I am going to do while she makes the enganchada exactly the same than I did before, but I am not doing the sacada now. I am stepping outside. This is the difference. I am stepping outside now. So, step, cross, step. Now I will lift her and she goes to the enganchada. I change the weight, I go back and parallel system again outside. Again, side step, step, cross, step, lift. I change the weight, enganchada, and go. So my steps are exactly the same than before. And now for the enganchada, I go forward, I change, backward, change, and go. Exactly the same. From this other point of view, it looks like this. Side step, and now step, cross, step, lifting, change, enganchada, I change, and we go back to the 3 in parallel system. From this other point of view, it looks like this. Side step, step, cross, step, I lift, I change, she makes the enganchada, I go back, I change, and we go back to the 3 in parallel system. And now from this last point of view, side step. Now I go outside, step, cross, step, I lift, change, enganchada, while I go backward. She releases, prepares backward, I change, and now 3 in parallel system. So this is more or less everything what's happening in this moment. So very good. Now we will show this to the music. So as you see, we start combining some elements, the crossing with the enganchada, with this steps variation of the man, and so on. And remember, while we go and show it to the music, subscribe to this channel. And here you have UniversiTango. The links are already here in the chat in case you don't or are still not inside of UniversiTango. Go to UniversiTango now. It's for free. And if you want to experience the next level, then go to Tango Expert. You have the link also there in the chat. So visit both of them. Then, esta forma de sacada, pierna derecha, la pierna derecha. Podría repetirse con la pierna izquierda de la mujer y así sucesivamente, tanto como lo desee. Exactamente, esa es una de las típicas sacadas que se hicieron muy famosas con Gustavo Navera. Por ejemplo, me imagino que estás refiriendo a esta sacada, ¿no? Sacada acá, sacada aquí, sacada acá, sacada acá, sacada acá. Claro, estas sacadas se pueden hacer repitiendo todo el tiempo. Creo que Navera las hace más como con una pequeña pausa. Creo que las hace como un poco más acá, así como cruzando la caminata. Sí, son unas sacadas muy bonitas. Es siempre importante que para esas sacadas, en caso de que las quieras hacer, que vayas cruzando el pie de la mujer. O sea, que no se quede solamente aquí, sino que sobrepases la línea. Y después sobrepases la línea de nuevo, y sobrepases la línea, y sobrepases la línea. Y de esa forma esas sacadas funcionan bastante bien. Se pueden hacer también en sistema cruzado, ¿eh? ¿Qué más? Enkai. Use video intelligently. Yes. Thank you very much. So, hola de Buenos Aires, Cristian López. Hola, Cristian. No es el Cristian López que yo conocí. Tenía un amigo en Viena, cuando vivía en Viena, que se llama Cristian López, pero no creo que sea el mismo Cristian López. Bueno, so we are going to show you now the combination of the steps with the crossing. Remember, we'll review it now. Side step, I go outside, cross, and here I lift her to the enganchada, I change, I go back, I change, and then parallel system again. The 3 of the basic step in parallel system. So we play music now. We dance to the music. If you have any question, write them on the chat. Subscribe to the channel. Visit UniversiTango. Visit Tango Expert. You have all the links in the chat. Okay, until this point. Very good. We continue now. So please don't understand what we are doing here now as musicality example. We are just taking the rhythm of the tango to show you the steps we are teaching, but this is not a musicality example. No, why don't we teach musicality live on YouTube or over the camera, through the camera? Because sometimes the image and the sound, they have a little delay, so it might be that sometimes when we dance it's not completely to the beat. So that's why we don't give musicality examples through the camera. For all musicality examples, musicality exercises, what are you reading there? No, okay, no. Ludmila is reading something. She wants to. No, no soy ese Cristian López. Muchas gracias, Cristian. Un placer. So, as I told you, don't take this as a musicality example because it might be a small delay. So for everything what's musicality inside of Tango Expert, we have an extra musicality training video library with different trainings to improve musicality practically. And these trainings are all recorded, so it's 100% sure that what we dance is perfect to the music, so you don't get confused. Just to tell it again, if you want to learn more about these musicality trainings, also weekly lessons online via Zoom with us, and also guest maestros workshops. For example, next week is going to be a guest maestro here with us in UniversiTango. Sorry, in UniversiTango Tango. You can go to this link and create your account, and then you are in. You have a trial month for $5, and you are going to learn a lot. Also, if you can't participate live on the lessons are recorded and sent per email to all members of Tango Expert, and they are also inside of the platform. So you will never miss a lesson. And also when you create your account, you can watch all lessons we did since we started with this project. So now we continue with the next step. What we're going to do now is we are going to cross in the enganchada with her. So this is a variation that we're going to do. We do the salida. I show now the steps of the man. I do the salida. I go outside. I go step, cross, step. And now, instead of changing, going back, changing, and going forward again, I am going to cross with her. That means I go out 3, I cross 3, and then I lift her to the enganchada, and I will cross with her here, I release, and I go to the 3. So we are doing exactly the same, and we are not changing systems. All the time is parallel system. From this point of view, it looks like this. Side step, I go 3, cross, step. Now I lift for the enganchada, I will cross with her, and then I go forward again. Again, side step, step, cross, step, I lift the enganchada, I cross with her, I release, and I go to the 3 in parallel system. From this point of view, side step, step, cross, step, I lift, I cross forward, she makes the enganchada, and now 3 in parallel system. From this last point of view, 2, 3, cross, step, I lift her, I cross also forward, I release, and I go forward again. This lifting and crossing the front, not difficult to do, it's quite easy to do, but please, for leaders, take into account that when Ludmila is sleeping, that the only important thing when you do that is that your leading doesn't change. If the leading changes, then she's not sure about if it's the same figure or not. Step, cross, step, lift, cross, and go. Side step, step, cross, step, lift, cross, and go. So that way you are doing exactly the same. Now we will show it to the music. Remember, in between, to subscribe to this channel and visit the links you will find in the chat, UniversiTango and Tango Expert. Okay, we continue. We continue. So now, we are going to do a next variation of this step, which is going to be repeating the enganchada. Repeating the enganchada. Please also remember what we did at the beginning of the lesson with the ocho cortado and the variation to the americana or espejo and side step. We show it once, so just to forget it. Remember also this step that we did. We are going to use it after. Now, the next variation we're going to do, we're going to repeat the enganchada. So we do the salida, we do step, cross, step, I lift, and we repeat the enganchada, and then we go. So we go step, cross, step, and then cross, step, cross. Again, step, cross, step, and then cross, step, cross. We do it from here. So side step, and now step, cross, step, I lift, and now cross, step, cross. That's it. And then you go to the 3 in parallel system, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can do the basic step at the end. Or pay attention now, because we love to do sequences that repeat and repeat and repeat. And here we have the possibility to do exactly the same. After the salida, we can go step, cross, step, and now doble enganchada. Since we are in parallel system and I go with the right foot outside again, we can repeat step, step, and cross, step, cross, and step, cross, step, and cross, step, cross. So this is something you can repeat and repeat and repeat, because I think it's very important to get accustomed to find different ways to repeat a sequence, because these points where you repeat can be used later to jump into other sequences, small sequences. So that's why think of the possibility of repeating a sequence. After that, if you do this on milonga or in vals, where we repeat more the movements, it's going to be very useful as well. So now we show it to the music. In between, subscribe to this channel. I must say, continue.